Exodus 15:26. Well, I'm going to read a little bit before that as well. So, there he made a statute and an ordinance for them. And there he tested them and said, if you diligently heed the voice of the Lord your God, and do what is right in his sight, give ear to his commandments, and keep all of its statutes, I will put none of the diseases on you which I have brought on the Egyptians, for I am the Lord who heals you. So, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm doing a word study on healing, and I'll explain it in the actual video later. But I'm going through all the verses that have the word heals, healing, healer, etc., etc., etc. Because I'm going to take all the notes I take from all of it, put it into a summary, so we have a full biblical understanding of the word healing. But while I'm doing this, the Lord, something I noticed, because before I do these, I always pray for the Holy Spirit to give me insight, and I make personal notes. On the personal notes, I put obedience brings healing, i.e. the Lord will protect you from harm, because he tells them to do something. Obey my commandments, listen to what I have to say, obey my statute, do what is right in the sight, and I will prevent you from getting the diseases like the Egyptians, for I am the Lord who heals you. So, the context there is that he will prevent something, and he says, I will prevent this because I'm the Lord who heals. Sometimes when we think of healing, we think it's something's already wrong. And so we think, oh, I got to go heal this, or the Lord goes and he proactively heals something. This verse, in the context that it's put, is he's saying he's healing them in regards to the fact he will prevent them from receiving something bad because of their obedience to him. Now, it makes sense, but because I'm so used to the English version of heal, like I said, I think it's a reactionary thing, not a prevention thing. Heal. It doesn't seem like a preventative word, but I'm just, that's how I'm reading it. And, the Lord's ways are higher than my ways, so who am I to say how it works? But I'm just doing this study, and then the Lord puts something on my head and told me to share this story, and I don't want to share it. It's embarrassing. It's not really embarrassing. I don't like sharing personal stories too much. I already know that there's going to be a flow. There's going to be people who are going to take it out of context, out of proportion, and I'm going to get tagged for it, but whatever. Obedience is better than what people think about me. And I am kind of half covering my butt, because Lord, I am weak. It didn't make sense. But then the Lord literally, until he actually assured me of something in my life that I did, where I did exactly that, and he prevented me from getting something, i.e. he healed me in this context. Yeah, because now it just makes, I didn't understand something, so the Holy Spirit brought something to mind that has happened in my life that makes that verse make sense. And there was a time in my life, and now, before I preface this by saying, one, because this is going to ruffle some jimmies, I am not pro or anti-vaccine in this story. The purpose is being obedient to God and his directions. If anyone wants to say I'm anti-vaccine, I will bet money I have more vaccines than anyone who's 99% of the people who are going to see this video. I got over 30. And I have the paperwork to prove it. So I'm not anti-vaccine. This is not a political thing. I'm not advocating for one side or the other. This is strictly obedience to God. That's the point of this. So there was a time in my life where I was dealing with some major issues. I was dealing with alcoholism. A lot of stuff before that. And I had hit a point in my life to where there was two roads I could take. Because something happened at the same time. I got accepted for a job doing security where I could scan badges, and I was going to make $80,000 a year. Just a boop, oh, you're cleared, boop, you're good. And do nothing for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. I got accepted for the job. This was going to be the most money I've made in my life. It was going to be more than I made contracting overseas. But the Lord opened up a second path. It was like, hey, you need to reach out to these people. You need to go work on your alcoholism, Bradley. You need to go up to that ranch and do what I tell you to do. And so I got two crossroads. $80,000 job, what turned out to be room and boarding, essentially. I think the total was $15,000 and a year and 3 months it totaled up to. Um, so in that moment, I was obedient. Boop. I picked to go to the ranch. You know, I dropped everything that I had, hit up the wonderful people that were up there. Um, and I can tell you, obedience will pay out 100 times more than that job ever did. So I went up to the ranch. I worked up there for about a year and 3 months. He delivered me from my alcoholism. Haven't had a problem since. But ironically, less than a week after I left and went up there, you might be able to tell what time this was. It was March? No, January. January 2021 or 2020. Literally, as soon as I left, Vegas shut down because COVID hit. And there was all these problems going there. I went up there and dodged the whole thing. Didn't get COVID at all. Oh boy, this is where it's going to get contentious. I did not get the vaccine. Whatever. Not only did I not get COVID, but I avoided getting a vaccine that could have possibly either killed me or hurt me for the rest of my life. Now, I'm not saying this is a coverall general thing. Some people got it and they needed it. Good for them. Some people got it, it killed them. Some people, I only know one person who got it and it killed them. I know a handful of people who got it and now they have permanent issues for the rest of their life because of adverse reaction. I know some people have gotten it and they're fine. But each walk, when God tells you to do something and you're obedient to it, He keeps you from certain things. Ironically, in Exodus is talking about diseases in the Egyptians, COVID, the disease. Because of my obedience is what you need to focus on. He kept me from harm's way. And He's the God of more than a God of abundance. Not only did He keep me safe, He delivered me from issues that I was working on. And thank the Lord, ever since then, I haven't had any issues with alcohol. But the whole point is being obedient to God and what He tells you in your one-on-one relationship with Him. I am not speaking for your relationship. I am not telling you what to do, or I'm not even getting real specific on the COVID vaccine. I'm just saying, between you and God, if you're obedient to what He tells you to do, He can bring healing by keeping you from dangers that are coming against you. Yeah, is that it? Yep, cool. Like I said, don't read too deep into it. It's about obedience, and that brings healing.